Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Singapore Sevens. This one, the Blitzboks in action up against Spain. Now, currently South Africa, they do sit as the number one side when it comes to points, but the Spanish side, they are so unpredictable. They could go out there, have a brilliant contest, but of course the favourites are the South Africans. So we have to wait and see. They can get it done, but looking through at the starting lineup, first of all, it is Ryan Oosthuizen, Xander Reinders, Zane Davids, Donovan Don, Tristan Lade, Shilton van Wyk, and Ricardo James Duarte as the last man. For the Blitzboks on the field, for the Spanish, it is Valencias, Joseph Ceres, Jeremy Trevor Thick, Coscuela. Also, they have got Manteca, Eduardo Lopez, and then alongside those six individuals, there is also... actually, they just mentioned a late withdrawal. I think there was Sainz Trapanga, though. It's also Anso, the last man in the Spanish starting side. But, of course, that is the type of player that you don't want to be losing. Sainz Trapanga, he's got a massive amount of size about him. But this game has kicked off now. Nicely taken by Ricardo James Duarte. They are now inside of their own 22, the Blitzboks. But they have been scoring tries for fun. They have shown just how dangerous they can be when they're offloading and their passing is precise. To the halfway line now with Zane Davids. Tristan Lade's going back across to the left to Ryan Oosthuizen. Big slinging pass. Well handled by Don. Goes back across to Xander Reinders. Breaks through one. Tries to go to Oosthuizen, but it's picked up by the Spanish. Now jumped on by Valencias. Taken back by Ricardo James Duarte. Ball on the inside. Donovan Don. He's got plenty of pace, but he's going to be caught. Passes it to Xander Reinders, who knocks it on just 7 metres out from the Spanish line, and now Spain going for the counter-attack. Manteca has the man swinging around, and this could be a full-field try for the Spanish with the pace being shown. Up to the halfway line, still going for one more pass. St. David's in a foot race. He's not going to win it. And the try early for Coscuela gets the Spanish on the board first in what was a brilliant bit of phase play. Or a brilliant build-up to the try, I should say. For the Spanish, they went the full length of the field. South Africa were only inches away from scoring their own try. But that is what can happen in a game of rugby sevens. You can go from hero to zero straight away. We saw it in the Argentina versus Australia game. How Argentina, first minute full of attack, they were the first to concede as well. A no score within 2 minutes of this encounter, says Arvin. Well, we have just had that first try from the Spanish. I don't think they were the team that a lot of people were picking, and that is a brilliant kick from the sideline. It has gone over and now gives the lead to Spain, 7 points to 0 over South Africa. Although I do have to say, out of these two sides for the first 2 minutes, the Blitzboks looked more dangerous, but Spain were clinical. And that's what they're going to need. Ball now into the hands of Shilton van Wyk. Wrestled down near the sideline. Spain, a few men right next to the breakdown now. Rush defence here, trying to put the pressure on. Thought about the wide cutout pass from Ryan Oosthuizen. Last time he tried it, it was a bit of a mistake. Almost a knock on in the breakdown there. From the South African veteran, short ball from Ricardo James Duarte. Goes to Davids, who drops it. And again, Spain are going to have an attacking chance. Oh, it is. I went to a video and commented on the live. But it was the comment section, says Johnny Blaze. And also... we have got the 90 times Hamish must say hi, says Mohadeen. And we have also got the hello, long time no see, says John, welcome back. But now we're ready to go for a Spanish scrum. Jamie Manteca, the man who will be feeding it in. 4 minutes remaining in this first half, which is an extremely long time in a game of sevens. There is no denying that both of these sides have more than enough opportunity to still be able to win this game. But Manteca going away to the right-hand side. Bit of a missed pass. But it's now going to be picked up nicely by Joseph Ceres. Thought about the pass. In fact, it was Eduardo Lopez this time. Now back across to Jamie Manteca. Trying to get moving on the front foot. Bounce pass from Spain. Going out to Trevor Thick. Close to the sideline. Oh, that's a big collision with Zane Davids, who's been everywhere in the early stages of this contest. Not exactly for the right reasons at times, though. Now backline again. Here comes the run from Eduardo Lopez. Wrestled down low. Great work from, I believe it was Shilton van Wyk, and it's forced the error. Now South Africa counter-attacking opportunity, trying to go through, but the drag down was Xander Reinders. Now Oosthuizen, big run from Lade, saw the gap, ball on the inside to Donovan Don. He will have the pace to be able to break through, and that is try number 1 for the Blitzboks between the posts as well, which does mean it's an easy 2 extra points as we move through this first half. They're using up a few extra seconds as well, getting valuable recovery time for this Blitzboks team, but it's Donovan Don with his 7th try of the Sevens circuit in 2026. Showing there Severi Sois Wapi watching on for this competition, but Donovan Don, he has got lightning pace when he can use it. Receiving that beautiful inside ball is always going to lead to a great chance. Who's kicking for the Blitzboks? It is Ricardo James Duarte. He has managed to get that one over, making the score now 7-7 between these two sides with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. These games, they absolutely fly by. I say it every single time that in the sevens, you know, you blink and you miss it. And so far, South Africa, they have looked lightning quick on attack. Bit of a juggle there for Eduardo Lopez. Last try for Spain came from inside of their 22 when their attack started, and that is looking like what they're going to try and get going here. Joseph Ceres. Going to be a penalty there to Spain. I think it was for South Africa not rolling away in the breakdown, going against Shilton Van Wyk, who initially did make a very good tackle, but they're looking for the touchline now. The Spanish, that one's going to go out just outside of their 22, so they will still be under pressure even if they do win this line out. But not having Sainz Trapanga is certainly going to hurt them in the later stages of this competition. You would think, let's go Blitzboks. So here's Johnny Blaze. I will mention every game of the men's all that is going to be stolen by South Africa. That's the danger of the line out. And now Tristan Lades, nice step from him, dragged down, gives it off to Xander Reinders, who looks to cut his way through and does just that. And it works out for the Blitzboks. And another try between the sticks. Spain does pretty well in the sevens. Yeah, they had a brilliant year last season for the Spanish Sevens. This year, they haven't quite got off to that flying start. They are currently ranked 8th. But there is still time to be able to make up some ground, but that is a great run from Xander Reinders. They finally missed a tackle on him. He's probably been one of the more unlucky throughout the early stages of the matches. They just seem to keep on hitting his bootlaces and dragging him down. That one's gone over from Ricardo James Duarte as well, and now sitting 14 points to 7 in favour of the Blitzboks. Every single game of the men's side of things so far, 3 from 3 have all been separated by 7 or less. Everyone's received bonus points, so that could be the big difference maker. Whoever does lose this game, if they don't get the within 7, oh, that's a big mistake from the Spanish. There was a call from one of the players at the back who decided to leave it. And now because of it, South Africa are on the attack again. It's going to be picked up by Spain. Grubbered through. Chance for Tristan Lades. I'm not sure what exactly happened in the breakdown, but it's going to turn into another try for the Blitzboks. Shilton Van Wyk is the man who scores it. He's asking the referee for a penalty for getting hit late, but he hadn't put the ball down at the time. So Spain well within their rights to try and knock that ball free, just like South Africa were able to do from that breakdown. Not sure whose boot it was. It didn't look that legal, but it must have been in that scenario. And then pure pace from Tristan Lades as well down the wing to be able to break through using his pace and scoring the try again. Currently sitting now 21 with that kick from Ricardo James Duarte going over as well. I will mention it as half time between these two sides. Now what time is the Blitzboks playing again? So their next contest is going to be up against GB. And that is at 9:20 p.m. New Zealand time. So 10:20 p.m. for you guys in South Africa is when that match is happening. So in 3 hours, 15 minutes time. We will be covering that one on the channel. And then the last game is up against the Fijians. That is at 12:45 a.m. for us here in New Zealand. That will be 1:45 p.m. in South African afternoon time. That could be a rematch of the final later on in the competition. 10:20 a.m. Says Mohadeen. 10:20 is the next game. And then 6 hours, 40 minutes for the game after that. It is AM South African time. We have good there. Hamish, long time. Did you eat your rice? Says Martin. I think I have had rice a couple times since we last talked, Martin. But I haven't been keeping an eye on the rice prices, unfortunately. Not too closely anyway, but currently half-time in this match, 7 points to 21. South Africa did concede that first try, but from there has been all Blitzboks with the ball in hand. Now they just want to continue going. If they can get themselves 3 or 4 more, really increase that points differential, as it would be a massive advantage as we head later on in the competition. Yeah, we've still got plenty more of the sevens. I believe we've got another 6 matches that we are doing after this, as well as the 2 South African derbies in the URC, Lions versus Bulls, alongside the Stormers versus Bulls. Oh, sorry, Stormers versus Sharks, I should say. So yeah, plenty more to come in the very near future. It seems like quite the atmosphere at the moment. Right, second half about to kick off. South Africa, they are going from right to left. Good. Reminder, rice is good for that hairline. Says Martin, is in rubbing rice on it or just eating rice? Because I feel like nothing's going to save it at this point. That one's going to go into touch on the full from the South Africans. Does now give the opportunity for Spain on the halfway line. Spain comeback. If they want the comeback, they have to be the next team to score. My wife says you must wear a tie. Says Johan, normally we don't wear it for the sevens or for the URC, to be fair, up until it gets into the playoff rugby. I think the next time we'll have a tie on is probably the last round of the Six Nations, maybe. But I assume you've got a tie somewhere, Johan. Maybe if you wear it instead, she might like it. Oh, that's a loose ball picked up now by Donovan Don. Another ball. Ricardo James Duarte, Xander Reinders, offload back again. It was the chance for South Africa, but again, it's going to be that counter-attacking opportunity for the Spanish. Eduardo Lopez making great ground for being tackled by Donovan Don. Now another big fend. Ayo, says Kasur. And I don't mean we don't need you rubbing rice on your forehead, says Martin. So you don't want me to rub rice. I should wear a bow tie for the 7, says Ollie. Unfortunately, the only bow tie I've got, I think, is a bright blue one. That one's going off to the right, and this will be the chance for Spain down the wing. Good pace shown from Coscuela. And Spain will score first, just like they did in the first half. Right, this game is not over yet, but you just feel like it's one killer blow from the South Africans away. They are so dangerous on a counter-attack, but Spain, they kind of just waited for the perfect opportunity to get the attack going there. And just that draw and pass, beautifully done. Timing was on point. To be fair, I have got, it's not a bow tie, but I'm sure some of the South Africans will like it. I'll mention it hasn't been ironed, but there you go. It's one of those. It doesn't really come through on the camera that well because of the green. Let's see, I've got a big bock on it. But now 5 minutes remaining in this contest. 21 points to 14. 5 minutes is a long time in sevens. Like, that could be 3 tries throughout this period. We'll get that scoreboard to change a little bit so that it doesn't sit so weirdly. Go like that, go like that, go like that. There we go. Now kicking back off, Spain going short this time. Trying to slap it back was Eduardo Lopez, but it's very nicely claimed by Tristan Lades. Now just outside. Oh, that's a knock on from Donovan Don. And it's going to be a chance now for the Spanish. It looks like they're going to go for the line out here. Oh no, they have scrum or line out. You've got to go scrum here. Yep, they've gone for the scrum. They did lose their last line out. So it makes sense to decide to do it from the middle of the field rather than off to the side. And actually their last line out led to a Springbok try. Just the knock on there from the South African Donovan Don, getting that next pass away, but not quite finding the hands that he was after. 4 minutes now remaining in this matchup. Plenty of time once again, like I mentioned. Now Juan Ramos ready to feed this ball in for Spain. 30 years of age. So one of the more experienced players out there on the park for the Spanish. Eduardo Lopez wrestled down 40 metres out from the line. I do see also Cristi Robela. He has made his way onto the field for the South Africans. That tackle looked a little bit high from Ricardo James Duarte. Looks like it's going to be play on, though. Pressure coming from the Blitzboks. Nice stepping from the Spanish, though. Big driving tackle from Tristan Lades again. That's just a silly penalty to give away from Xander Reinders. His teammate had not rolled away and he decided to try and go for the steal. So all it's done is created a counter-attacking chance. Eduardo Lopez went for the pass on the outside. The ball has gone as a knock-on. Originally, it looked like the touch judge maybe was the man who made that decision. The referee was going to let it slide, but it was passed across, And then Trevor Thick just getting the fingertip to it before it rolled into close to touch. And now 3 minutes remaining. Looks like another change is being made here for the Blitzboks. Again, fatigue is a big factor in these games, definitely with how close some of these games have already been. Got that fatigue factor, but also that mental factor of having a game that could easily go either way. One more big try here, though. And the Blitzboks, they should be able to win it. I usually wear pajamas during your night hours so we get an idea what time it is your side. It's actually not a bad idea in some regards. Or I should have like maybe a little clock or something. You know, the ones that have like the sun and then the moon. That one's going close to the sideline. Oh, just about stayed in the field of play. Quick tap taken, or at least a quick line out taken by the Spanish, who again are looking for an attacking chance. They are under pressure though from Shilton van Wyk. It's always one of the main standouts for this Blitzboks side. 2.5 minutes now remaining on the clock, but a good pace being shown by one of the young debutants. That's a swinging arm from Ricardo James Duarte. It's actually not his first in this game, but it's the first that he's been penalised for. Okay, Juan Ramos. Looks like they are going to kick this one towards the sideline here for Spain. This is what happened in the first half, and that is actually when we saw South Africa get themselves the interception try. But yeah, just gets hit right on the throat. That's not going to feel too nice. Swinging arm from Duarte there. 4 penalties against South Africa in this contest. That is what has made the score, I believe, so close between these two sides. Had they been able to limit those mistakes, the Blitzboks, we could possibly have seen them get 1 or 2 extra tries. Eduardo Lopez, he's going to be taken off the field now for the Spanish. Is running on empty. Oh, that one was almost stolen again by the Blitzboks, but this time controlled by Spain. They are on their own 22. Manteca passes on the outside. This is when you need one of those young players to really be able to step up. Massive driving tackle, and early penalty goes the way of South Africa. It's all about going for that quick tap. But they will decide against it now, South Africa. They know they've got 90 seconds remaining and they can control the rest of this game. Pajamas with a tie and a rice cooker helmet. A rice cooker helmet. Surely that's not a real thing, is it? That just sounds dangerous to cook rice on one's head. Yeah, there's the mistake in the breakdown anyway from Spain. So had it not been a penalty, it probably would have ended up being a scrum anyway. Spain have only had to make 5 tackles throughout this game. They've missed 3 of them. So it just tells you the lack of possession at times that South Africa have had. And also, when they have had the ball, they've just been breaking through without Spain hardly getting a finger. Now kicked them behind. That is from Sakoi. And that one is just going to roll into touch. It's a territory gainer for the Blitzboks. You don't plug it in. It's just for the proximity effect, says Ollie. Yes, you needed the rice cooker, bud, says Martin. And have a good day, bro. I'm going to do some rugby training with my kids now, so have fun, Johnny. And we might catch you a little bit later on the later streams. Juan Ramos ready to throw this one, and stolen by the Blitzboks again. Their line out, it's been clinical throughout this one. Now the step on the inside from Sakoi. Now Christy Grobela goes across, knock on there from the South Africans, picked up by Jamie Manteca. Spain need to go the full length of the field and get themselves a converted try if they want to turn this match into a draw. We'll give them a chance in Golden Point. Christy Grobela trying to get that steal in the breakdown. Oh, referee was going to give them the penalty there, but put the arm back down. Rice cooker is compulsory, says Bender. Now going across again, close to the steal for David Brits. Pick and go. Not working out for Spain, and penalty is awarded to the Spanish, though that was for getting it slightly wrong. From Ryan Ustays, and in off his feet. Come on, Spain, says John. You're currently 14 minutes down in this contest. It is anyone's game for the taking. But theoretically, the Blitzboks are the one who's in more control. Because all they need to do is just get this ball back and kick it out. The question is, will they do that? Or if they're given a golden opportunity, would they go for another try? Knock Spain down that little bit more and stop them from getting a bonus point. It could be a little bit of strategy from the Blitzboks, depending on who they want to play in the later stages. Giving Spain a bonus point here, theoretically, may mean that they meet them later on in the comp. And is that what they would want, or would they prefer to play someone like a Fiji or maybe a Great Britain? They're going to be playing them in only 3 hours' time. That ball's gone in for Spain. Going off, Juan Ramos passes the ball. Now to Manteca, trying to get through Sequoia. Offload again. Coscuela, they're getting driven backwards here. Spain, big chopping tackle round the bootlaces. Hayes, and he wasn't quite on his feet, but he wins the penalty anyway. Referees feeling generous. And South Africa get themselves the penalty, right? They're taking the quick tap, booting it into touch. Tristan Lade's not taking any risks there, as he could have potentially looked at a three-point attempt at the post straight out in front, but instead make sure it goes out. The win to South Africa, 21 points to 14. And again, we've had 4 men's matches, 4 that have been split by 7 or less. And it's anyone's competition at this point in time. A valiant effort from Spain. South Africa, though, looking in control during moments of this game. Their next contest up against Great Britain. Their game after that up against the Fijians. Going to be a very exciting one to see how they go. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. That next live stream, like I mentioned, is kicking off in around 2 hours, 18 minutes time. We will be here on the channel. GG Hamish, consider the rice cooker helmet, says Ollie. It sounds like it would be a great one to build up next strength. Because, well, I know you said you don't have to have it turned on, so maybe I don't even have to have rice in it. So that could maybe make it a little bit lighter, but they're showing Xander Reinders there. 5 tries from his 9 tournaments. He had a good moment in this game, scored himself the try. Also almost gave a try to the opposition. But in the end, the Boks, they do enough. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all in a couple hours' time, as well as for the URC later on. During this 2-hour break, I'm actually going to be scheduling those live streams for the URC as well as the later games of the Sevens too. So be sure to check them out as well. But thank you all very much for watching. See you all for the next one.